Hello fellow journey runners. Today is week 4, day 6, and that means it's a rest day. We rest our bodies from running, but actually we learn different things or do different things that will help us become better runners on our running journey. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to prevent something we call side stitches and 4 ways to deal with side stitches. If you want to, you can skip to the next chapter and get right into the tips on side stitches. But I want to congratulate those who are in the super easy beginners running program, because today or this week you have ran for the first time. I want to congratulate you. I am super excited and super proud of our progress that we have gone through already. We are one step closer to reaching our goal of running 30 minutes straight. At some point in your journey, you're probably going to get a side stitch. What is a side stitch? A side stitch is this pain that we get right underneath our ribs on the side here. It almost feels like a burning sensation. For me, it almost feels like my muscles are tearing a little bit. So what causes a side stitch? Well, if you were to go out there and Google what causes side stitches, no one really knows, but there are some theories, and I think they're pretty good theories. Some of them include your breathing, blood flow, and the way you eat. This leads me to the 3 tips to help us prevent side stitches. Make sure you're eating within 1 to 2 hours of your run. Eating too close to a run, less than an hour, maybe you won't get a side stitch, but eating that close to your run is never a good experience in my opinion. Tip number 2, your breathing. Make sure you have a good breathing pattern. If you're breathing too fast or too hard, you're probably running too fast or too hard. In this program, we are running easy. We're not doing track workouts or anything like that. You should be able to have a conversation or at least sing a tune while you're running. Anything faster than that may bring on a side stitch. Tip number 3, posture. We want to make sure that our posture is upright. If we have a slouching posture, then our body is collapsing on our lungs, not allowing it to expand. So we want to make sure we have good posture when we're running. This is part of form, and we haven't got into this part of the form in running, but we will be getting into that very soon. But just know that you want to have a good posture. Open chest allows the lungs to open and contract a lot more and get the oxygen moving in and out of the body. Let's say you do get a side stitch. There are 4 ways to dealing with a side stitch. 1, slow down. Slow down your pace. Again, you should be able to talk or sing a tune while you're running, which leads me to step number 2. If slowing down does not get rid of the side stitch, then I want you to work on your posture. And what you can do is lock your fingers like this while you're still running. Place your hands behind your head, and I want you to pull your elbows back. This will take your posture, and see how it moved my posture up? That's what I want you to do. This should allow more oxygen to flow in and out of your body better. And that's why in this program I suggest that we start working on our core and upper body, is so that we can keep a good posture. Weak ab muscles and back muscles will allow us to slouch, which does not help us during running. So we want to make sure that we have strong cores to keep our body upright. If the second tip doesn't work, our 3rd step is to check our breathing. In our breathing, we need to control it. And how do we control it? I'm going to show you an example. If I'm running too fast still, my breathing might be like this. What I want you to do, because you're gasping for air, is to actually exhale extra long on one of them. So if I'm doing this, I want you to do this. try to control your breathing. But that should naturally come as you slow down your running. Remember, we are keeping track of our breathing while we're running. And although I never said we should have a certain breathing pattern, our breathing pattern should be nice and smooth and not labored at all. If we find that our breathing is labored, we're probably moving too quick. What I want you to do is, if those 3 things do not work, just start walking and keep your arms back here in this position and continue to control your breathing. After you walk for a little bit, you should find that you will be able to get rid of the side stitch and slowly get back into running. So those are the tips I have for handling a side stitch. I hope you don't get one, but if you do, you should have the tools to help you get through them or even prevent them. As you can see, all the things that we have been doing along this program have been helping us reinforce and build good habits up front to prevent things like side stitches from occurring and other things, and it just helps us enjoy our runs much better. If you're part of the program, I have a few more things I want to go over as we head into the next week. One is your shoes. On Tuesday, you're going to need running shoes. So please make sure that you go get them and they're properly fitted by somebody who can look at the way you run and make sure that they're fit properly for you. The last thing I want to talk about is foam rolling, core, and upper body. I kind of have to admit, I kind of skipped the idea that maybe some of you are not capable of getting on the floor and doing these exercises or foam rolling exercises that I showed you in the earlier video. I'm going to do a separate video that's going to be specific to foam rolling and some upper body. For right now, what I want you to understand is that you can get this thing. It's called The Stick. I have a link in the description below. You don't have to buy this one, but I found this helpful. And essentially it does what a foam roller does, but you can be sitting in a chair and you can actually apply your own pressure, and you don't have to get on the ground. You can actually sit down and in a chair roll out your muscles that way, and you can apply your own pressure as needed. Upper body and core exercises. Unfortunately, I don't have a good regimen yet, but I am doing some studies to make sure that I have something that will be good for you. Maybe push-ups you can't do on the ground, but you can do them on the wall. For core, you can do exercises like standing up with your hands like this and, and rotate. So I hope these tips help. Tomorrow we have 30 minutes. I'm so excited as we round out this week and going into the next one. But until then, enjoy your day off, and I'll see you tomorrow.